Come on guys, let's be a bit more encouraging, shall we? How's it going everyone? My name's Vision, and today we'll be doing something a bit different from in-game mechanics and grenade lineups videos. We'll actually be taking a look at last week's semi-final match where Vitality beat Complexity en route to winning the title. Now I did think that Complexity were gonna win as they got off to a great start on Virgo. I believe they went off, 5-2, and they even won the pistol too, right? But then things started to turn south. Poizon was underwhelming against Vitality, and I didn't realize how bad he performed until someone on Reddit mentioned that he went -22. Now this is a bad look because you don't want your opper to, be this bad, especially if you're challenging for titles. Vitality were able to nullify Poizon with ZywOo going 14-3 against Poizon. In terms of op duels, Poizon went 2-8 against ZywOo. Not a great look for Poizon, but let's jump in game and let's take a look at what happened, shall we? Let's start with the pistol round. We'll see a glimpse of why Poizon underperformed in just a few seconds and how his in-game decisions let him down. Great smoke block, by the way. Show waited, my friend. Now this was a huge blunder by Poizon as 3 of his teammates were smoked off and they couldn't trade him as he died. Going back to the last clip, Poizon should have not pushed the smoke. His death immediately put Complexity in a huge disadvantage for a retake, and not to mention, JKS was still on B. But moving on, it's round 8 and Poizon finally has the op in his hand, right? He just killed Masuta over mid, and with the clock running down, Vitality knows that Poizon has to be turtling on either A or B, right? Because they're almost out of nades. ZywOo, who's aware of Poizon's antics, is already looking for Poizon. Fortunately, JKS peeks a bit too early, and with timely flash, Poizon is flashed off the angle and ZywOo picks him off with ease. Even though Apex and Shocks were low in health, Vitality were able to take B-side with ease. Apex throws this flash which prevents Poizon from trading out JKS and also allows ZywOo to get the angle onto Poizon. In the following round, Complexity decides that they want to fight for ramp control without being too aggressive. So BlameF has Poizon post up at Sandbag. Unfortunately, Shocks is about to spot Poizon and mollies him out. In the process, Complexity dedicate a ton, and I mean a ton, of util just to keep Poizon alive. So I'm gonna put a counter at the top right of your screen just to track how much util they're gonna use. Blame uses Molly stop the push while Poizon smokes himself out. Config and Blame then flashes for Poizon to get up sandbags, but it looks like he kinda got stuck in the smoke. But Vitality fell back, but he doesn't know this. Eventually, Vitality, they're gonna come back here, and ZywOo being the prodigy he is, he's gonna molly out Poizon here, and he easily snipes him. And there goes the round. Alright, so you got Poizon post up at Sandbags config, jiggling for info, and BlameF has Speedway, right? You might think that this is a great setup because, they're playing off each other and they're in positions to trade, right? But let's take a look at what happens when Poizon gets Molly here. So the Molly comes in, and BlameF and config, they both retreat to the top of your screen, and they both chuck 2 flashes over. Now, I'm not sure, but this could have been a miscommunication because A, they could stagger their flashes so that Poizon could leave sandbags, or B, they could flash for the other person so that they could help Poizon fight for ramp control, right? Now let's take a look at where these Complexity players are. You got Config at the right of your screen, Poizon who just died, and BlameF who's creeping up Speedway. These guys are playing for themselves, right? They're not playing as a team. Now I think the reason why they lost this round because A, they didn't use their resources efficiently, and 2, they weren't playing off each other. So it's the last round and a half, and Vitality have been pushing ramp for pretty much the whole game, right? So BlameF decides that he actually wants to fight for ramp control this round. And I just want to point out, if you look at your top right, ZywOo is actually posted up on this angle pretty much since the beginning of the round, since he got to ramp. One tendency of Poizon is that he likes to re-peek angles a lot. And ZywOo, being the amazing operator that he is, will pick up on these tendencies. Unfortunately, Poizon re-peeks into ZywOo's scope right here and dies, which gives Vitality an avenue for ramp control. Now let's fast forward to the next half. It's 11-11, and this is a crucial round for both Complexity and Vitality as both their economy are in the dumpster. Complexity starts off the round by applying pressure to B. Fortunately, RPK wipes out Poizon with a godly flash from Shocks. Moving on to the next map, Mirage played out similar to Virgo. Poizon was nullified once again through great utility usage. Vitality took out Poizon 20 seconds in the round, and RPK was able to clean up the round with no trouble. Now how did Vitality know that Poizon was an A main? Well, to answer that question, this is actually a strategy that Complexity likes to run sometimes on Mirage. JKS and Rush will smoke off cat and window, blocking vision from anyone playing connector or window respectively. This will allow BlameF to take mid control by himself while his team is setting up and execute elsewhere. Blame being lone in mid was a dead giveaway for this tactic as RPK was flashed to A main as soon as the molly faded. Now, let's go back a bit in time to see how Vitality nullified Poizon. Earlier this month, Complexly played Fnatic at the same tournament, IEM Beijing, and they ran the same strat as the last clip. Both the cat and window smoke were down, allowing BlameF to creep up mid with no issue. While on the other side of the map, Poizon and Config are creeping up A main with JKS and Palos and Rush throwing supportive nades. Same exact strats. At some point, you would think that at least one Complexity player would start playing anti-flash, right?
No! God!
Well, this wasn't the case in this round. ZywOo is posted up in the apps and he sees Config retreating. He hasn't seen anyone else in the apps, which allows Vitality to cheat a third player onto the A site. And to add on, Config is the entry fragger for Complexity, so Vitality knows that it won't be a B hit. And cue the flash ring from Shocks. That's pretty much it for this video. This is my first time making something like this, so let me know if you guys would like to see some more stuff like this in the future. I probably have around 5 to 6 ideas I want to follow through, so if this video is like really well received, I'll keep putting more out for you guys. Thank you all for watching, and don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Peace out.